Well, as we said at the start, there's just a dozen games left. We move on to the Super 6 stage. We actually have got a table for that, even at this early point, because results against teams that have already qualified count already, which means that Pakistan and Zimbabwe have 4 points going into the second stage that starts on Friday. South Africa and New Zealand 2 each. India and Australia start with a duck. And here are the fixtures. There are 9 matches in the Super 6.
After 3 days' rest, more available in the case of England, the Cricket World Cup resumed today with the first match in the Super 6, Australia against India at the Oval. The group stage of the competition had separated the top 6 sides from the rest, England firmly among the rest. India had finished off England's World Cup challenge on Sunday morning at Edgbaston, but equally their involvement was also hanging by a thread. Much depended on the form of Sachin Tendulkar if they were to progress through the Super 6. The stakes equally high for Australia. In Glenn McGrath, they had a strike bowler who could beat the world's best. And in Shane Warne, they had a player who typified the Australians' growing motivation and belief. So Australia against India at the Oval, and a look at the Super 6 table shows the importance of this match to both sides. With results against their fellow group qualifiers being carried through into the Super 6, we start this stage of the World Cup with joint leaders in Pakistan and Zimbabwe. But India and Australia carry nothing forward, so whoever lost their match at the Oval would have only a slim chance of going further in this World Cup. Well, Australia made one change, bringing in the seamer Paul Rifle for all-rounder Brendan Julian, who's had a disappointing tournament so far. India brought back the experienced all-rounder Robin Singh in place of opener Ramesh. Tendulkar would open the batting. India won the toss and put Australia in. Our commentators Ravi Shastri, Sanjay Mandrekar, Jeff Thompson, and first of all Dermot Reeve and Simon Hughes. First ball of the day.
Srinath to Mark Waugh. That's close. Something immediately for Peter Woody to think about.
Yeah, fine delivery from Srinath, nipping back into Mark Waugh, just hitting him a bit too high for an LBW, but a good start.
That's going to be Australia's first boundary. Mahanti didn't quite get his line right. Slapped through mid-off by Adam Gilchrist before. Venkatesh Prasad. Down the track. That's lucky. Frustration for the bowler, but it's Mark Waugh's first boundary. That should be 4. Total control of that shot. Short, and he had the width there, Mark Waugh. So Mohanty to continue, Mark Waugh on strike. Played away on the onside in the air. It's in the gap as well. It's another boundary here for Mark Waugh. That was his 3rd boundary. And a cracking shot through the offside this time. So boundaries of consecutive balls for Mark Waugh. He's motoring along at this stage. Australia going along nicely at just under 5 runs per over. It's warranted another bowling change from Mohammad Azharuddin. Saurav Ganguly being introduced into the attack. And he's hammered that. That's gone a long way. That's the first 6 of the match. Mark Waugh really giving that some serious hammer.
Well, this is one shot Mark Waugh has made his very own, very unique shot he plays. Flat batted straight down the wicket, gets a lot of power behind it. Look at what the power can do. It's taken all the way into the stands.
And that's 50 for Mark Waugh. 65 balls. And after a sticky start, he's really blossomed.
Yeah, that's a very good innings there so far from Mark Waugh. Crowd very appreciative. Got some Australian supporters in here. That's a big shot here. Mark Waugh deciding to go over the top. That's got to go away for 4.
It is an impressive looking scorecard for Australia. 97 for no wicket. Just scoring rate tailing off a little bit in the last couple of overs. But no wickets lost, so really good foundation for an assault. And there goes Adam Gilchrist, but he doesn't get hold of it. And the first wicket for India. Saurav Ganguly's done it. He's got rid of Adam Gilchrist to a miss hit for 31.
Yes, Gilchrist just trying to force the issue here. Try to go down the pitch to Ganguly. So the first wicket goes for Australia. This is how it happened. Just try to give himself a little bit of room. Got it high on the bat. Mahandi's the man at mid-off. The simplest of catches for him. So first wicket down. Ganguly the man doing the job. Gilchrist on his way for 31. The score 1 for 97. Well, this is how he got out. Just a little bit of extra bounce there. He's got down the wicket. It's hit on the splice of the bat. Got no power in it whatsoever. And it's just a simple catch there to Mahandi at mid-off. He had to wait a long time for it to come.
Ricky Ponting comes to the crease for Australia with the score on 97 for 1. Nice position to arrive at the wicket. And this looks much more like the old Mark Waugh now. Having had a bit of a struggle in the earlier part of this tournament and even today, but he's now moved on 57 and Australia bring up the 100. And that's flat batted for an extraordinary shot for a 6. So Ponting off the mark with the maximum.
Well, unusual shot here from Ricky Ponting to get off the mark, mind you. It's a half tracker, and they expect a pull shot or a cut shot, and he's just swatted it straight over mid-off and straight into the crowd.
Ganguly to Mark Waugh. Down the wicket again, beautifully played. That was effortless. Wide open spaces over mid-wicket, and Mark Waugh's plonked it into them with ease.
Robin Singh being introduced in the attack.
And he's clobbered that on the onside. It's gone to the boundary like a tracer bullet. And this time he's gone over the cover fielder. And a good result again for Mark Waugh. He's dealing in boundaries at the moment. Second boundary of the over. Oh, he got the width on that occasion and he waited for it. So get a boundary there. Casual effort by Venkatesh Prasad in the deep, and Tendulkar is livid.
More out of hope than conviction has seen Robin Singh bowling his 3rd over.
That's picked away. Prasad coming underneath it, and it's taken. So soft dismissal in the end for Mark Waugh. Robin Singh has struck here. It wasn't a great delivery, but India needed a wicket, and this is an important one. Mark Waugh really upset with himself. So Darren Lehman is the new man out there for the Australians.
Well, you see here, it's not great shot selection by Mark Waugh. He's played the flick. Now that shot is more effective to a bowler who's got more pace. Robin Singh not quite what you call a fast bowler. And so Mark Waugh realizes his folly there.
He's bowled him here, he's played on. So 2 wickets in the over for Robin Singh. Mark Waugh was the first to go, and now Ricky Ponting.
Well, would you believe it? Somebody up there loves Robin Singh. He had 2 nightmare of overs, and what a comeback in the 3rd over. Not least what the Indians would have expected. 2 wickets picked up by Robin Singh in his 3rd over. And those 2 wickets of Mark Waugh and Ricky Ponting, 2 dangerous batsmen for the Australians. So big turnaround for Robin Singh and his team. Ponting disappoints. It's gone for 23 and it's 158 for 3.
So the Australian captain strides out to the centre, Steve Waugh.
Quick running has been the feature of the day. Robin Singh equally quick, and in the end a very close call.
It was a very quick decision from Steve Waugh to pull Lehman through for a single. Robin Singh did well, picked it up cleanly and hit the stumps. Both batsmen diving. And Steve Waugh just winning the race.
He's got some bat on it. Played well, played it late. Safely away from the wicketkeeper for another boundary.
And a change of bowling now from the Vauxhall end. And Kumble has bowled 5 overs to date. That's well played. And it's 4.
Mahandy, no chance of cutting that one off. Another boundary for the Australians.
Well, Australia will be disappointed if they don't make over 250. 7 wickets in hand. Oh, that's another boundary. Poor fielding. Daniel Kumble at deep square leg, moving round to his left. Disappointment for Robin Singh. Steve Waugh's crashed this one through mid-wicket. Daniel Kumble has been very good off his own bowling, not so off Robin Singh's. That's the Australian 200 up. It's come up for the loss of 3 wickets in the 39th over. Srinath to Steve Waugh. Oh, that's well played. That'll be 4. Excellent late cut from Steve Waugh. Let the ball nearly go past him before he just opened the face of the bat, ran it through the vacant slip cordon. This could be out. Kumble's coming round at mid-on, he's got it. And that's a big wicket for the Indians. Mahanty struck, the Australian captain, looking for the leg side boundary. He's only succeeded in chipping the ball up to mid-on. A well-judged catch by Kumble. Steve Waugh departs with 36 runs to his name.
Yes, Mahanty's the bowler. Steve Waugh, ball wasn't quite up there, still tried to chip it over the top. Kumble moves around. Thank heavens he did a bit better than his ground fielding a couple of overs previously and caught that one. So Steve Waugh just trying to up the ante, paid the price. He's gone for 36 of 40 deliveries and the 4th wicket down for 218.
Michael Bevan is the new batsman for Australia.
So Mahanty continuing. Lehman on strike. And he's helped it on its way. Good placement. There were 2 fielders deep on the onside. And he split the gap there to perfection. This time he goes through the offside. Good timing once again. Should get 3 runs for it.
.231 for 4. Debashish Mahanti to Lehman.
Chance of a run out. Yes, he's gone. Jadeja very quick there to come in. He hit the stumps direct. Lehman was backing up. He wanted the single. He was sent back by Bevan. And Australia have lost another wicket.
Well, if you give him a target to hit, Ajay Jadeja, he'll hit it 9 times out of 10. First of all, the leg before appeal, the ball was too high on Lehman. He was looking for the one. Ajay Jadeja not really taking his time to run the batsman out. In the full flow that he was, just picked up the ball, and such a natural fielder he is. Threw it, and when he throws it, he hits the target very often. So that sends in another danger man back in the pavilion. Lehman gone for 26. It's 5 down for 231.
So the big Tom Moody strides out to the centre. He's got that away on the onside and in the gap. That raced away to the boundary. So welcome boundary here for Tom Moody and the Australians. That's chipped up in the air and straight down the ground. That's cleared the rope quite comfortably. Good use of his feet there by Bevan.
Has this ability to hit flat sixes, Michael Bevan. 8 runs of 21 balls before this one. That will make it 14 of 22. It's getting better, the strike rate.
Oh, that's hammered through the offside. No shot has been hit harder today than that one. The big man just climbed onto it.
Last 2 overs have fetched 26 runs for the Australians. And to give credit to the Australians, they haven't really panicked after those 2 or 3 good overs from the Indians at the slog. And now looking towards a commanding total as Prasad runs in to bowl the final over of the innings to Michael Bevan.
That's cleared mid-wicket. This might just make the boundary. Yes, it does. Good start to the final over for Michael Bevan. That's up in the air. Mungia getting underneath it, and that's taken. Again, looking to work it away on the onside, only managing to get the top edge. And Michael Bevan has been dismissed.
Prasad hasn't bowled badly at all, but has gone for a few runs, especially because the ball has not been running his way. Lucky for him this time, complete miscue by Michael Bevan, carried to Nayan Mongia. Has been falling agonizingly away from the fielders on earlier occasions. This time, not the case. Michael Bevan gone for 22. The 6th wicket gone at the score of 275.
Shane Warne is the new batsman out there. It's Moody on strike, Prasad the bowler. And again, chipped away on the onside and into the boundary.
Coming to the last ball of the innings, Prasad to Tom Moody.
That's edged, and that'll be third man. Not really. Tendulkar getting his left hand out there. And in the end, Moody going back for 3. The third umpire being called for. Steve Buckner reckoning he's made his ground. But this is an impressive Australian performance. Yes, he's made his ground quite comfortably. So Tom Moody getting 3 runs to end the Australian innings, 282 for 6 after 50 overs. And Steve Waugh will be very pleased with that effort.
The Australian batsman really hitting form, especially Mark Waugh with the highest Australian individual score so far in this World Cup competition. Among the later batsmen, Tom Moody really kept up the pace, 26 off 20 balls. The Indian bowling, wickets for Mohanty, Ganguly, Prasad, somewhat expensive, 2 for Robin Singh. Srinath, despite bowling well, failed to take a wicket for the first time in this World Cup. So 283, the target for India. We join it in the first over. India 1 without loss. McGrath to Tendulkar.
Edged and taken. Tremendous line here by Glenn McGrath. He's concentrated on that off stump. Tendulkar was beaten to the ball previous to this. And on that last occasion, he got the outside edge. The Australians delighted here.
Well, that's the perfect start for Australia. Glenn McGrath in nice and close to the stumps. That's why Tendulkar's had to play at that. It's just bounced on him. Edge through to the wicket-keeper, and the joy on McGrath's face tells the story. The Australians really celebrating that dismissal. Tendulkar's gone for a duck. And India have lost their first wicket with only 1 run on the board.
So Rahul Dravid is the new man out. The reason why he's there because Tendulkar was dismissed. And edged and not carrying. Dravid's off the mark. Again, some movement for Damien Fleming. And nicely timed on the offside. Should look for 3 here. And they get it comfortably.
It's McGrath to Dravid.
Edged and taken. So another wicket here for Glenn McGrath. This time a very good catch by Adam Gilchrist. That ball was flying. It's wicket number 2 gone here for the Indians.
Well, it's nearly an identical dismissal to that of Tendulkar's. Both deliveries measuring 88 miles an hour. Both a thin edge. And that has gone quickly, though, to Gilchrist. He's made good ground to his right. McGrath, once again, he's in so close to the stumps. He really gets the batsman feeling for that ball just outside off stump. And that is a big blow to the Indians. Rahul Dravid has gone for 2. He's been in great form, but it's left India 2 wickets down with only 10 runs on the board.
So Ajay Jadeja, the vice-captain of the Indian side, he's out there in the centre now. Always keeps you guessing, Glenn McGrath. Makes the top players play early on, and he's shown that even players who are in excellent nick can be vulnerable.
I'm sure both players will see their dismissals and feel, why didn't I let it go? And it's just such a strength to McGrath's bowling. He gets the batsman feeling for the ball just outside off stump.
Ganguly wants to, and he'll get it.
A good return from Paul Rifle at fine leg, but he couldn't prevent 2 runs to Sourav Ganguly. A lot rests on his shoulders now, and also the shoulders of the vice-captain AJAY Jadeja. He's got an excellent one-day international record.
His ball game is played on here. Playing with the bat away from his body. Very little foot movement. Damien Fleming has struck here for the 3rd time for the Australians.
Well, the Indian top order's been blown away. Ganguly, the latest victim, bowled by Fleming for just 8. This ball just swinging back in slightly at Ganguly, trying to force it through the covers. All he did was succeed in getting an inside edge, dragged it back onto his stumps. That awful sound of ball on timber. And more joy for the Australians. Ganguly out for only 8. India now 12 for 3.
The Indian captain Mohammad Azharuddin comes out to the middle. Huge responsibility on his shoulders. Nicely timed by Azharuddin for a single.
Well, Australia didn't lose their first wicket until the 22nd over. And India already a big clump of 3 going right at the beginning of the innings.
That's up in the air. Simple catch to the man at gully. Steve Waugh was the man who took it. And the Indian captain here has been dismissed. Surprised by the bounce of McGrath. And Australia really on fire here. India have lost their 4th wicket.
Well, Azharuddin looked back at the pitch as he was walking off. And that ball has surprised him. It's bounced in at his hip. He's tried to turn it to leg. He's just got a leading edge. It's lobbed to gully. The simplest of catches to Steve Waugh. And more joy for Glenn McGrath. What a start for him. 3 wickets already. And the Indian captain, well, he's gone for only 3 runs. And India really in deep, deep trouble at 17 for 4. This ball just bounced. I mean, that's not that short. It really has bounced steeply on Azharuddin. That's why he's got the edge.
Well, that was an absolute beauty. How do you play those unless you've got a bat about twice as wide?
It's been a great spell of fast bowling, and have a look at this ball. Great leg cutter with a lot of pace, and look at the bounce. It's too good for me.
Well, that's quick, and that's clattered Robin Singh on the head. And that's going to be 4 runs, in fact, Peter Willey's given, so he must have got a bit of bat on it somewhere, but he didn't know much about it.
It's a great delivery. Not very short, and again very straight and fast. No chance for Robin Singh.
It was totally acceptable back foot cut shot, guided into the gap. Well played. Well, just out of reach of Mark Waugh, and another boundary to Jadeja, but slightly more fortuitous. It's Moody to Robin Singh. And at last, India have reached 50. It's been a struggle, at times a painful struggle, and they've lost their top 4 players in getting there. Rifle to Jadeja. It's nicely carved through the offside. Jadeja getting enough bat on that for it to reach the fence. So Moody to Jadeja. That's nicely punched down the ground. This will be 4. 50 partnership coming up with that boundary. In the air, went off the leading edge. Just a slight drizzle. So bowling change coming up. Mark Waugh being introduced into the attack. In the air, just wide of Ricky Ponting. Well done by Robin Singh. The second boundary.
So at last we get to see Shane Warne with the ball in his hand.
That's found the gap. That's 4. So no intimidation from Warne to Singh. He's put it away with consummate ease.
Jadeja was very keen to get off the field when the rain came down for a while around the 24th over. Now that we have a match, he doesn't seem to be too keen. Quite happy to take strike to Shane Warne.
That's the 100 up for India. It's been hard graft, but they got there in the end. That's swatted away for a very effective boundary by Robin Singh. So maybe now the time has come. Well, that's a magnificent stroke by Robin Singh up onto the second tier of the pavilion. Beautifully timed and executed. And Shane Warne can only look and admire it.
And you'll see the reason why he was so reluctant to bowl that loopy leg spinner. The first time he's tried to do that. And look at the result.
Safe. It's the 100 partnership between Jadeja and Singh. It's been something of a salvage operation, but at least some respectability to the Indian score. And there is Jadeja's 50, only the second half century of this match. He supervised the rescue operation with a resourceful innings.
Slow ball, and did he get some bat on it to get to his 50? He did. And that's a very hard-working 50 for Robin Singh.
Well, that's a great shot. AJAY Jadeja pouncing on a rare half volley from Damien Fleming. Shane Warne to Robin Singh. Well, this one's down the ground, and that's 6 more.
Well, gentleman hands the ball back. The leads in the crowd come to life. Bottom hand again here for Robin Singh. Whacked straight over the stumps, straight down the ground, straight over the fence.
And that's 6 more. Well, Robin Singh's decided to put the foot on the accelerator, swing the willow. 15 off this over so far. And more of the same, this time by AJAY Jadeja, and that is a high-quality shot. He's just opened the face, picked his spot over deep extra cover. That's the shortest boundary on the ground. And the 150 comes up for India.
Well, Shane Warne won't be happy with this treatment. Wasn't to the pitch of the delivery, but watch the ball straight onto the bat, open it up, straight over cover. And there she is, just clears the rope.
There's a man out there, that's Paul Rifle, and he's caught it. That's the end of a very fine innings from Robin Singh. He's gone for 75. India lose their 5th wicket with a score on 158.
Well, a very entertaining innings here brought to an end. Outside off stump, he steps across, flicks it away. But a la Mark Waugh picked the man out behind square. That's Paul Rifle. Tom Moody's pretty happy about that. Pretty happy to see him go. A hit Shane Warne would be. Robin Singh's on his way for 75, 94 deliveries, and the 5th wicket down for 158.
And the new batsman for India, Nayan Mongia, wicket keeper. He's dropped it short, and that's a fine pull over mid-wicket. Jadeja's second maximum. They'll look for two, and they're coming back. This could be close. That's got to be out. Beautiful throw by Michael Bevan. Nayan Mongia isn't even waiting around. He's just running off the field. Peter Willey has called for the third umpire.
Well, that second run was always going to be difficult for a not so quick Nayan Mongia. He's not really very fleet-footed between the wickets. He was pushing his luck when he went for that second against a superb fielder. In the end, he had to just continue his run to the pavilion. He's gone for two.
The new batsman for India, Javagal Srinath. And that's a great shot. Fine legs up. And that's another four. Steve Waugh just drifting down the leg side.
Well, we all know it's a hopeless cause for the Indians, but in between all that, AJAY Jadeja is playing a gem of an innings, just short of that boundary line.
And there's an appeal, and he's been given. Srinath's gone. Looking to flick Steve Waugh down the leg side. Got a little edge on it, through to Adam Gilchrist.
Well, Steve Waugh has the ability to pick up a wicket out of nothing. This is really a nothing ball. For a moment, I thought Srinath hit the ground with his bat. But seems like from the reaction, he was quite convinced himself. Got the bat on the ball. To pick up a wicket out of nothing. This is really a nothing ball. For a moment, I thought Srinath hit the ground with his bat. But seems like from the reaction, he was quite convinced himself that he had got the bat on the ball. And he departs for a duck. Jadeja now running out of partners. It's 186 for 7.
Anil Kumble, the new batsman for India.
Well, it's been a testing World Cup for the Indian captain.
That's gone. So that's the 8th wicket down. The Australian captain does his bit for the team. And sends back Anil Kumble, who contributed very little.
Number 9 batsman for India, playing a shot very similar to the number 1 and number 2 played. Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid dismissed in a very similar fashion. On the front foot to a shot of length ball. Gilchrist very much in the act. Anil Kumble gone for 3. And 192 for 8.
Venkatesh Prasad comes in. With the side in a hopeless position. .200 for India at the end of the 47th over, and also the end of a fabulous spell of bowling from Glenn McGrath. It's got to be close, and Steve Buckler gives him the nod and then the finger. So Prasad is on his way. I think he was almost inclined to walk for that. That was pretty plumb.
Well, this was nice and straight. Too good for Prasad. The bat came down straight, but in the wrong line. And yes, that's out.
Debashish Mohanty comes out. Courageous century for Ajay Jadeja. Very brave innings. His colleagues have left him high and dry, but he's stuck it out and scored his 6th one-day 100. Oh, there's going to be a run out here. They're both running the same way. They're both running back the other way. And really, there was no doubt that one of them was going to be run out in the end. It was Mohanty. So JADEJA finishes exactly 100 not out. And the Australians have proved too resilient and too skillful for an Indian team to win this match by 77 runs.
Yes, India were never going to recover from that dreadful start. Tendulkar, Ganguly and Dravid gone inside the first 4 overs. But great credit to JADEJA, 100 not out, adding some respectability to the result. Australia's bowlers, so destructive. McGrath, 3 for 20 off 7. Fleming impressive, Steve Waugh as well. Australia claiming an absolutely vital victory. Glenn McGrath named man of the match. Australia win by a margin of 77 runs.
Steve, you must be really pleased with that. The most convincing